Before we get to the #1 3 on Your Side report of 2018, we're taking a look at my personal favorite for the year. It involves a swimming pool remodeling job that left one Valley homeowner sinking in debt.
Hey, Jason. I'm Gary Harper with Channel 3 on Your Side.
His name is Jason Segedy, and on this day, he wasn't expecting to see 3 on Your Side. He thought he was here to give a homeowner an estimate. Instead, he had a meeting with our cameras. But why? Well, it all has to do with Dan Wesley.
What's the name of the company you hired?
Pristine Pool Tile.
Pristine.
Pristine.
Run by who?
By Jason Segedy.
Dan Wesley tells 3 on Your Side that he hired Jason Segedy way back in January to remodel his backyard swimming pool and spa. According to this invoice, Segedy agreed to a number of things, including replastering the pool, installing new tile, and even putting in new pool equipment.
How much was the project?
Money-wise?
Yeah.
$8,000.
$8 grand.
Yes.
And how much did you give this guy?
$3,000 cash.
$3,000 cash.
Yes.
Have you ever seen him again?
Never.
For 7 months, Dan says Jason Segedy has avoided all of his emails and phone calls. So 3 on Your Side set up, and we waited for this fake contractor to arrive.
Yeah, I had him scheduled and then he canceled.
No, he did not cancel.
Yes, he did.
No, he did
I have
not
his
cancel.
text.
No. That's why he's calling me.
Jason Segedy acknowledges that he did take the money, but says he doesn't have it anymore. And then he goes on to say that he was just married. In fact, these are photographs from his Facebook.
Well, he saw your wedding photos. He thinks you went off on a honeymoon with his money.
No.
But looks a little,
I understand.
not good.
Jason Segedy then agrees to return the money, but says he just needs some time.
I understand, sir. I will return his money.
Okay, when can that happen?
Give me a week or couple weeks and I will return his money.
He's not taking payments. He wants the whole $3 grand
I
up front,
understand.
just like he gave it to you.
Can we avoid? I understand he's taping. What's the deal? What, are you going to put me on TV?
Yeah, this is what happens. And with 3 on Your Side's help, he returned every single dime. All right, we've made it to the top spot, folks, the story that you voted for as the #1 story of 2018. The story takes us to Glendale inside a horrible house of horrors.
Yeah, the kitchen, the cabinets, I like it.
Mary Lynn Almeida says a newly renovated kitchen along with some other remodeling is what convinced her to buy this Glendale home.
In the photos, there used to be a wall in here. The lights were different. It's something new, upgrade.
Mary Lynn purchased the home back in December of 2016. But just 6 months later, she says the unexpected happened. Mary Lynn received this letter from the city of Glendale stating that her home, quote, has recently been remodeled and sold without first obtaining the required building permits to abate the unsafe conditions.
They told me that they have to open the walls and to check if everything was done properly, to check the electric work, because they did a lot of changes.
But to understand why there were a lot of changes, you have to understand why the house may have been remodeled to begin with. These disturbing photographs were taken back in 2011, about 5 years before Mary Lynn moved in. The city of Glendale mailed the pictures along with this letter to Mary Lynn saying that back in 2011, they found the home to be in, quote, extremely unhealthful conditions due to animal hoarding and significant animal waste. In fact, city officials say they found 60 cats living in filth with feces a ½ inch thick on the floor, along with cat urine throughout the entire house back in 2011. Mary Lynn says she couldn't believe it.
Well, some people are telling me, oh, you are handling everything so well, but I was crying for the first few weeks a lot. I couldn't talk about the problem.
The cat situation was so bad back in 2011 that a city inspector posted this "Do Not Enter Unsafe to Occupy" notice in front of the house. The previous owner at the time was notified by this letter to abate the conditions, and if it wasn't done, the city said that they had the authority to demolish the house.
No, I didn't know anything. So everything is new to me.
Mary Lynn says the cat hoarding details were never revealed to her on this disclosure form obtained by 3 on Your Side. On one line asking if the home ever had animals, the seller simply answers, previous owner had cats, but there was no mention that the home once had 60 cats or the abatement order.
So I spent a few weeks seeing cats around me because it has like 60 cats in the house. And I was seeing cats coming from every corner from the house.
So 3 on Your Side went to the Century 21 office for answers. That's because Rodica Bartels sold the house to Mary Lynn.
Do you want to follow me?
Yeah, sure, thanks.
After being escorted upstairs to Bartels' office, she told us that she didn't want to be on camera. However, off camera, she and another Century 21 agent acknowledged to buying and remodeling the house as an investment prior to selling it to Mary Lynn. They went on to say that they had no knowledge of Glendale's investigation into an animal hoarding situation because the house was empty for years before they purchased it. The matter is now being litigated, and in a statement to 3 on Your Side from an attorney representing the 2 Century 21 real estate agents, the lawyer says the agents had no knowledge of any code enforcement actions taken by the city prior to their ownership, in spite of performing multiple title searches during their ownership. And as for remodeling the house without getting the proper permits, the attorney states they stand behind the quality of the work performed. The 2 agents claim the only updating they did was cosmetic, and they didn't think permits were required.
I wish I can move, but I cannot afford 2 mortgages.
3 on Your Side also contacted the Glendale building inspector, who deemed the home unsafe, but he declined a request for an on-camera interview with 3 on Your Side. A hearing on the matter was held in December, with the officer at the time saying abatement action against this property will be withheld until July 16th, 2018, to allow the current owner to resolve her litigation. As for Mary Lynn, the matter is almost too much to bear, and she wonders if the city of Glendale will really go through with tearing her house apart.
It's just difficult because you are never prepared for something like that. On top of your every daily life events, you are not ready for something like that, especially when you have kids.
And by the way, 3 on Your Side has been told that her issue has been completely resolved and Mary Lynn is no longer in that house, and that is a good thing. We hope you've enjoyed this special edition of 3 on Your Side. I know we sure have. With that in mind, happy holidays, everyone, and good night.